Hi, my name is Quanisha, and welcome to my book corner where I talk to you about books or series that I recently read. Today's series or book is on the screen. If you have read it before, continue on with this review. If you have not read it before, please go and read it, girl, and then come on back because I don't want to hear nothing about spoilers, okay? I don't want you to start wanting to tussle because I done said something you ain't read yet, okay? Okay, so I've started Rome, the Ballerina, the Grey List series. This is book 5. I didn't think I would do a review on this book, but I have to. I'm only 30% in, and very quickly in the book she meets Sock. Okay, that's his name, Sock, whatever. Okay, and he is so much like the way that he expresses his feelings and everything is so much like her and her family that I haven't really, it just took me back to reading the rest of the books from the Grey List and how it's more like poetry, how they explain things, how their feelings, how they do things, how they explain how they, themselves and their emotions. And I know a lot of people say, oh, like, I don't know how people read this book is trash, blah blah blah. I absolutely enjoy reading Grey Huffington stuff, and I enjoy reading the Grey List series. I didn't think I was going to do a review, but I'm just being called to do one. It may not be a long one. This is in the midst of me reading another book, by the way, but I'm feeling like I need to do it because it's just, you have to. There's another book coming out, but it's coming out at the end of this year, December 31st. Hopefully it'll come out before then, but either way, I'm grateful for this book. And every book reminds you of the last. So even if they were even if they were far apart, that's what I'm looking for, you still would be brought back into the essence of the series and the siblings and how they show love for each other and express themselves. You feel me? Yeah. Okay, so I highlighted some things that I actually really liked and that I wanted to talk about, and then I have something else that I want to talk about. So I loved that Rome made it a mission of hers to always compliment another woman. And she said she feels like it is her responsibility to compliment a woman no matter how big or small she is. And I love that. I love that she said like the world was cruel enough to them, so she felt like it was her mission to compliment women, especially those that compliment her. And I just thought that was beautiful. Now, another thing that I felt really spoke on the relationship between the siblings. Hold on. This sentence I feel like really spoke on the relationship between the siblings, which was between Chemistry and Rome. And he basically was just like, call me when you need me, call me when you're in the gym, call me when you're feeling low, call me when you're overwhelmed. I am not here, baby. I am what feels like a million miles away, and the only way to feel centered is if you call me any hour. Rome, do you understand? And she was basically saying like, I'm not your top priority anymore. Like, now you have a wife and you have kids, so I don't feel like I'm your top priority. I'm like stepping aside. And he's like, no, you're also my top priority. My family is my top priority, and that is you included. And that's also, you're part of my family. My wife and kids are part of my family. He takes being the eldest very seriously, especially because their father has passed. He's definitely taken being the head of the household very serious. Okay. I love the sisters' conversations that they be having on the group chat. I'm not the group chats, but the group FaceTimes. I just love that shit. I love how they hype each other up. I'm eating it all up. Now, I'm not sure what the time frame is from the prologue to like the second chapter. I don't know if it's a couple of years or it was all a dream or something like that. I also need to figure out who Tiana is, because again, I don't really remember much of the other books in the series. I just remember like the feeling and the impressions of the books. You get what I'm saying? Did they meet or whatever, or was it all in her head? Because he definitely ate the puss on a dinner table the first day they met. So I'm wondering, if they really remember each other, because now she's dancing and he like introduced himself. He's engaged. Saint, I'm not calling him Sock. I'm sorry. I just can't. Saint, okay, is a basketball player, I believe. Basketball, football, something like that. And basketball, I think. And them introducing themselves like they don't know each other. Like, you literally had my pussy juice on your beard a couple of years ago. Like, I understand you're engaged for 3 years, or knew her and now is engaged, and that's within 3 years. But why you acting like you don't know me? But I guess like to keep it cute in front of his girl's family and hers. Anyways, that's where I'm at in the book. And I'm just trying to figure out, was it all a dream or did she actually meet this man? I'm only on 36%. I think it's 394 pages in this book, and I am enjoying it. I would recommend watching. I would recommend reading this book whilst listening to classical music. I feel like if I had a glass of wine, babes, I feel like it would just set a vibe. I feel like it's a vibe. Like, I feel like reading these books, reading the Grey List needs classical music and a glass of wine. Maybe a charcuterie board for snacking. Some popcorn or something. Like, that's what it needs. It needs, like, your house is like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it gives like classical music, a glass of wine, and just reading the book. I feel like the classical music kind of heightens your emotions. I know some people are not here for classical music, and I understand that. I was not originally into classical music, but I feel like reading this book whilst listening to classical music really gives it the vibe that it's giving off. It's giving very bougie, and like your wine, and you're just sitting there, you're reading a book, and you're in your zone. So I'm on the borderline of thinking it was either a dream or something. Like, it had to be a dream, like a real good vivid dream. Like, this is very giving. This is really giving very, like, if you're into spiritual stuff, like, very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, it just gives like they all have some sort of power, like she's a seer or psychic or something. Like, they understand that they've been here many a lifetimes, and they understand what needs to be done. They understand what their jobs are when they get here. They get it as a family. They will always be a family through any and all lifetimes. That's one of their mantras, basically. That I follow you and I'll find you in every lifetime, and their soulmates will always find them. And she's finding her soulmate finally in this lifetime. That's what I am getting from it. It's probably not even that deep, but I feel like each and every one of the books was kind of like this. Like, you are my soulmate and I'm finding you again. And they are aware of it. Both parties are aware that they've known each other for many lifetimes. and they find each other at last. That's what it's giving. So when Saint and his family goes to, introduce her, and, bring her into the neighborhood, I guess, Saint walks back up to her and basically is like, do I know you? And she's like, basically, you my husband. Now I'm gonna let you do what you do. And with Eliza, just understand that you're my man. Okay, I feel bad for breaking up a happy home, if it's even happy, but you're gonna be happier here because this is where you're supposed to be at. Even when her parents like ask, oh, you're here by yourself, she's like, no, my husband, he hasn't found his way home yet. And they were like, oh, she's like, he just doesn't know that this is where he's supposed to be at. Basically looking at him in his face like, hello, sir. It's very interesting. I guess she's writing it so that you can have your own interpretation of the relationships and how they've come to be. Maybe that was a different life, or maybe that was literally just her dream of her husband. I feel like definitely she has to be like a seer or something. Like, this family has to have gifts, something, for her to have such a vivid dream, on the phone with her family, going on a run, meeting him, going out to eat with him eating the shit out of her coochie during dinner. I feel like she had to have some sort of powers, some abilities. Do you understand me? He just hasn't caught up yet. He gets it when he sees her, but she's already seen him. She's already seen what life could be like with him. You get me? But yeah, that's my interpretation of the blossoming of this relationship, of the meeting from the prologue to, I think this is chapter, 3. So from the prologue to chapter 3, yeah, that's my interpretation. Rome told that lady, baby, I can't be your friend because soon rather than later, your fiance is going to be my husband and I am going to bear all his children. So you need to move on expeditiously, baby. I'm trying to be nice to you. I don't want there to be any issues up there on that stage, but I want you to understand that your man, Saint, will be no longer your man. He will be my man. He will be the father of my children. He will be my husband. He will be my best friend. He ain't gonna be your best friend no more. He gonna be my best friend. Period. Sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, Miss Girl. Don't wait up too long, okay? You don't see a future with him like that because he ain't gonna be in your future. He's gonna be in mine. He does not know that yet, but I know that, and I'm telling you, your days are numbered. Okay? Okay. I fucks with it. See? Okay. So I finished Rome. Let's start off with Eliza. Well, no, let me not start off with Eliza. When Rome would leave her water bottle unattended and then she would come back and find it in different spots from where she put it, I was like, oh, somebody done put something in her drink and she hasn't even realized it. Well, come to find out. Oh, we actually found out who Tiana was, by the way. Tiana was her best friend since she was little. And she was in a coma for a long time. They couldn't figure out why she was in a coma. And the funny thing is, when Rome went to the hospital, to try to figure out why, there was no medical records anywhere of her. They couldn't find anything of any medical records. So Rome had asked the her nurse, if she could run her blood, and any results that came back, let her know. Eliza kept calling Saint and want to talk to him, and Saint basically told her, like, girl, it's nothing going on between me and you. That's it. That's all. Call me once and that's it, bitch. So Rome is on stage and she drank her water, right, which was left unattended. She drank her water and she starts feeling weird as soon as she get on the stage, and she blacks out. She hears everybody, but she's in and out. She was out for 2 whole days. When she wakes up, they tell her you had some sort of poison that was slowly given to you. However, this time it was a high dosage, and it was meant to shut down all of your organs, right? Then they said she was also pregnant, so they ended up killing her baby. They were trying to kill her, and unbeknownst to them, she was pregnant at the time. So they asked her if she wanted to basically get it taken out, and she said no, she wants it to be passed naturally. Everybody's upset. Chemistry's like, I gotta find whoever the fuck did this bullshit. Nobody knows. So I might have passed it, but I guess she found out that her friend was also given the same medicine. So she's like, I'm finna go to Elise's house, because this bitch was really, this sounded a little bit fucking fishy, okay? So she gets her inkling, because she got her discernment, her gifts. She goes to Elise's house. She sees pictures of her, like, this bitch was off her rocker, and then she sees all the poison and whatever. And she tells her, like, you poisoned my friend to get her out of the way to become my friend, right? But you also wanted to be on top, so you started poisoning me, especially after I started dating Saint. You didn't want the man in the first place, but you don't want nobody to have it, really. She said, you are the reason why I lost my baby. Like, are you fucking stupid, bitch? Shot her ass. Point blank. She feels better after that. She's like, I feel like a weight is off my damn shoulders. So she goes home. She walks home. She's feeling better now. Guess who's waiting for her in the house? Chemistry. And he's like, you feel better? She said, like Christmas Day. Okay? After opening all my gifts and this everything that I want to be, I feel better. Okay? I feel great. And her brother's like, don't ever do that shit again. This not your type of lifestyle. I don't ever want you to do this, blah blah blah. She like, baby, it's in my blood. It's in my blood. I feel great. Like, I don't feel anything about just offing somebody. I feel great. And her brother is like, no, like, I didn't put you in this lifestyle for a reason. I want to keep you pure. I mean, she ain't pure no more. She just off this bitch, but that's neither here nor there. So Chemistry is like, I'm finna, you handled her. I was gonna handle her. But Chemistry, let that lady off that lady, because she did all of that stuff to her. She caused her to lose her child and damn near lose her life. And was actively still dosing up the friend while she was in the hospital. That's why they ain't had no medical, right? The parents knew that their daughter was off the rocker, and I guess they was basically turning a blind eye to everything. And somehow, some way, she was able to still poison Tiana and the whole shebang. You feel me? So Kim said, since they didn't want to help her, I'm offering everybody down to the damn fish. Period. So, in the midst of all this going on, Saint is doing his magic. He done won the championship. He done got the ring. So she's so happy, oh baby, and I'm so happy, blah blah blah. Tell me why, maybe like 2 days later, he gets a call from his mom crying, talking about some, Elisa took her own life, and a couple of days, and then she said she hadn't heard from Elisa's mom. And so when they found Elisa, they went to the parents' house to tell them, and everybody in the house was gone. The whole family. Now, Chemistry said the whole bloodline had to go, because you knew this bitch was off her rocker and you ain't do shit. So we got it. So now the news comes on, and everybody thinks that she murdered her whole family, including, and then turned the gun on herself. Saint was like, I don't give a fuck about that bitch, because she's the reason why I'm watching my girlfriend, my fiance, the love of my life, go through pain basically miscarrying our child over these 3 days. You think I give a fuck about that beach she wish she deserved to be at? Period. Don't even say her name around me anymore, ma. Click. Hangs up the phone. Say no more, girl. Now, after this discovery happened, they were able to do whatever they needed to do for Tiana. Tiana finally wakes up, and everybody's happy at the end. I feel like that's just that lady. People, this is a thing. Crazy people with money is scarier than poor people with money. Crazy people with money will have you in the hospital for years, and nobody will ever know what the fuck is wrong with you because they poisoning you over time. And nobody can do nothing because now they hiding your records, so they don't even know what's causing you to really be sick. That's because they got people, they paying people to shut the fuck up and mind their fucking business. That's crazy. That's scary. That's not scary to y'all. That's scary to me. This book took a turn. It took a turn real quick. And the funny thing is, the classical music would get like more like faster in tempo when shit is starting to go down, and it just makes it like watching a movie. Like, I knew somebody was tampering with her water, but I wasn't, at first I didn't think it was Eliza until, you know, she told Lisa, like, move on about your business, girl. That man don't want you. Basically, the boy is mine. That's basically what she told that girl. And that girl went off the deep end. She got your friend, and she finna get your ass too. She probably been slowly dosing her for a long time. When she was dosing up Tiana, she probably was dosing her ass up too, and she didn't even realize it. She didn't even recognize it. Well, this was a lot. Gray girl, yeah, you did your big one. This might not be a long review, but understand, I was very much so enjoying this book. Okay, I was getting a little bit bored at one point, but when he started tearing her every which way but loose, and the shit started coming out right, left, center, oh baby, yeah. Yeah, he was saying how once he started hunching on her, baby, they started hunching in the car, they started hunching in the kitchen, in the foyer, they started hunching in their bathroom, they started hunching every fucking way. They just couldn't get enough. I wasn't surprised she was pregnant. She said, baby, do it, don't take it out, say no more. Don't take it out is I'm ready for your baby. That's code for I'm ready to be a mommy, basically. Anyways, y'all, if y'all have not read the whole Grey List series, then what are you really doing? For real, go ahead and read it. Go read it now. If this is the first review you're seeing of the Grey List series, go ahead and read the other 4, because bro, and the 6th one that is coming out soon, I'm so excited. Y'all don't understand. I'm so excited, y'all. Oh, the second, did I read this before? Did I even read the first one? Sorry, I just seen a book that's now available, and I thought it wasn't supposed to come out until the 25th. Because I didn't read the first one for a reason. Oh, I did read the first one. Okay, but don't remember what it was about, child. But let me add it to my library. Yeah, y'all, go ahead. It was so good. That lady was crazy, and you know, Rome said I could be a ballerina and I could be a hitter. Period.